Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I have come up with another topic of pharmacology, that is thyroid hormone, its disorder and treatment. So in the present video I will be mainly covering the physiology part of the thyroid hormone, how it is synthesized. So physiology part आपका होगा इसमें about its synthesis, storage and release. So let's get started without any delay. A briefly description of the anatomy of the thyroid gland. So you can see here it is present in front of the trachea and below the larynx. So there are two lobes, butterfly shape है आपका. This is a bilobed and butterfly shape है ये. And the two lobes, they are connected with this part. This is called isthmus. And one important thing in the thyroid gland is a lot of stroma, they are filled in this. And if we see the histology part of this thyroid gland, so this is the another figure. I have taken it from the book Pharmacology by Sharma and Sharma. So here you can see it constitute mainly the thyroid follicle. So what is a thyroid follicle? Thyroid follicle में क्या है? The mainly all the cuboidal cell which are the functional unit of the thyroid gland. So they are arranged in the form of sphere. You can see here the cuboidal cell, they are arranged, or these epithelial cell, they are arranged in the form of the sphere. यहाँ पे भी this is another sphere. All the epithelial cells, they are arranged in the form of sphere. यहाँ पे भी arranged in the form of sphere. So all these, they are follicle. ये जो पूरा का पूरा unit है, this is a follicle. और इसका एक ये cell है, this is a follicular cell. And this is the functional unit of the thyroid gland, which is responsible for the synthesis of the thyroid hormone. So in between this follicle, on the lateral side, you can see this triangular shape. I'll use some another color. So this with the yellow part where you can see this dotted. So these are the parafollicular. Para इसलिए because they are present on the lateral side of the follicular cell. इसलिए इसको parafollicular cell कहते हैं. And this parafollicular cell, they are going to synthesize calcitonin hormone, which is going to help in the maintenance of the calcium balance. So from the thyroid gland, there are the three hormones, they are secreted. One is thyroxine or tetrahydrothyronine, T4 or thyroxine. This is a major hormone. 90% of the gland secretes thyroxine, whereas 10 to 20%, that is triiodothyronine or T3, and the third one is, that is calcitonin. So these three hormones, they come from the thyroid gland, but from the thyroid follicles only T4 and T3, and they only comes, and the biological activity of these three, they are same. So we are going to consider only these two under the thyroid hormone. So T4 and T3, these are the two hormones which we are going to consider under the thyroid hormone. So now see a bigger picture of this follicle. Okay. So this is a bigger picture of the follicle. Here you can see this is the follicle. ये आपका जो circular वाला, this is the follicle, and ये आपका, this is a single cell, follicular cell, and in the follicular cell, or ये, this is a another follicles surrounding this, and here we get the parafollicular cells also. Okay. Now this side, it is a luminal side. You can see here, this side of the follicular cell, this is a basal side, and this side, it is a lateral side. So ये पूरा का पूरा, this whole thing, this is a, ये circle वाला, this is the thyroid follicle, and जो इसमें ये single है, this one, this is the follicular cell. इसके भी side है, the basal, this side basal, and इधर आपका ये है luminal side जो अंदर वाली side है, and this is the lateral side. So on the basal side there are blood vessels. ये red color, this is the blood vessels, they are there. So this is going to give the raw material which is required for the synthesis of these T3 and T4. Now what raw material we need for the synthesis of T3 and T4? Let's see another bigger picture where I will be focusing this single cell. ये वाला एक single cell, luminal cell will be focused mainly. ये वाला, this cell. So in the next figure, so this is a single cell or single follicular cell, and this is this side, it is a blood vessel, and this is the cell, and ये आपकी है, this is the luminal side, this is the basal side, and this is the lateral side. So already I've told this is going to get the raw material from where? From the this circulation. So the first raw material which is required for the synthesis, that is iodine. So iodine हमें कहाँ से मिलेगा? Definitely from the diet, what we eat. So कई बार we see the even the table salt, that is iodinated. So iodine total body में हमारा कितना है? 30 to 50 milligram we consume it from the diet. So in the plasma or a blood, 0.2 to 0.4 microgram per deciliter level, they are there. Deciliter level है, it's very low. And thyroid gland, it is going to take up the iodide from the circulation with the help of, चाहे कम भी है, with the help of what? A transporter mechanism. What is that transporter mechanism? This is this sodium iodide symporter mechanism. So this is an active transport, sodium iodide symporter. This is going to transport this iodide, ये जो आपका iodide है, from the circulation, it will enter from the basal side within the cell. ठीक है, ये cell के अंदर आ गया. No, from the cell, within the cell, it is going to move towards the luminal side. Luminal side में here the another transporter system will be there which is going to shift this one towards the luminal side, that is the pendrin. अब ये इधर आ गया the iodide. Now the first action which is going pendrin, you cannot see, I will write it here again. So another transporter, that is a, this is a pendrin. Okay. Now this iodide, it get oxidized from iodide to iodine. ठीक है, ये वाले स्टेप को हम क्या बोलते हैं? दिस इज कॉल्ड एज ऑक्सीडेशन. ये आपका ऑक्सीडेशन, एंड ऑक्सीडेशन हैपन्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ एंजाइम, दैट इज थायराइड पर ऑक्सीडेज. और ये कहाँ पे है? दिस इज प्रेजेंट हियर, दिस ल्यूमिनल साइड, ल्यूमिनल मेम्ब्रेन यहाँ पे है, थायराइड पर ऑक्सीडेज. सो फर्स्ट स्टेप इज आपका आयोडाइड अपटेक, दैट इज द नंबर 1 स्टेप. ये सेकेंड स्टेप इज ऑक्सीडेशन. नाउ द थर्ड स्टेप इज, अब ये जो आयोडीन है, दिस इज इनऑर्गेनिक आयन आयोडीन, इट गेट इसकी क्या होगी? ऑर्गेनिफिकेशन. ऑर्गेनिफिकेशन के लिए व्हाट इट नीड्स, इट गेट ऑर्गेनिफाइड विद द टायरोसिन. सॉरी, now from where this tyrosine it is going to come? So this tyrosine, no doubt it is an amino acid. So it get organified by combining with the tyrosine, and this tyrosine, it is a present on the thyroglobulin. It's an important component of the thyroglobulin where I have shown here. And from where this thyroglobulin will come, it is again synthesized by the follicular cell. So this follicular cell, this is a nucleus. Nucleus से आपकी message, it is transcribed in the form of messenger RNA, thyroglobulin, that is synthesized, processed further into endoplasmic reticulum, then packed into the Golgi apparatus, and this thyroglobulin, it will be present where on the luminal side. It is here in the form of colloid. जो आपको बड़ी वाली picture दिखाई दे, that pink color, that is a colloid. What is a colloid? It is a thyroglobulin. Globulin जब हमने thyroid, क्योंकि thyroid ने बनाया thyro, आगे globulin, you know globulin, it is a amino acids. Okay, it will be mainly made up of amino acids. So here I have shown the structure of amino acid. ये आपका thyroglobulin है, sorry, structure of the thyroglobulin, which constitute many this one amino acids. They are there. ये आपके different type of amino acid they are there. So यहाँ पे the circular form, this one, this I have shown the tyrosine. ये आपकी tyrosine है. Now next step, what happens to this iodine after oxidation? It gets bind to this tyrosine. यहाँ पे आकर लग जाएगा आयोडीन. कहीं पे एक लगेंगे, कहीं पे दो लग जाएंगे. ठीक है. So this is the organification. ठीक है. And this organification, for this also, this thyroid peroxidase, they are going to help. यहाँ पे this is going to participate again. ठीक है. So here I'll rub this one. Now the fourth step. So आपका ये हो गया पहला iodide uptake, second one is oxidation, and the third one is ये वाला आपका क्या हो गया, organification. Now the fourth step is, अब ये क्या है, this is जहाँ पे एक लगा उसको हम बोलते हैं मोनोआइडो टायरोसिन, डाईआइडोटायरोसिन, क्योंकि टायरोसिन के साथ लगे, दो लगे तो डाईआइडोटायरोसिन. इसमें क्या है, डाईआइडोटायरोसिन एंड डाईआइडोटायरोसिन. नाउ द नेक्स्ट स्टेप, फोर्थ स्टेप, दैट इज अ कपलिंग. ठीक है. अब कपलिंग में क्या है, अगर मोनो और डाई, इफ वी आर गोइंग टू कंबाइन दीज टू, अगर ये दोनों मिल जाते हैं आपस में, ठीक है, this mono and di, then what will happen, the T3 will be formed. What it is going to form, MIT and DIT, they are going to form T3, whereas this 2-DIT, diiodotyrosine, these two, they are going to form what, they are going to form the T4. ठीक है. So T3 and T4, both they are formed. Now once this T3 and T4 they are there, अब ये क्या है, they are bound with the this thing, with the thyroglobulin. ये इसी के साथ bound है, and it will be stored here, and it may be taken up by the cell. Within the cell, endocytosis से ये क्या आएगा, यहाँ पे सेल के अंदर आ जाएगा. Whenever it is going to get the signal, जब भी बॉडी में होगा कि इसको रिलीज होना, then what will happen, it will move from here. यहाँ पे वो कोलाइड फॉर्म में था, पिंक कलर के फॉर्म में था, यहाँ पे it was in a pink color. ये पिंक कलर का सारा कोलाइड था here, this in the center. So it is stored along with this. ठीक है. उसके बाद क्या होगा, whenever it is required in the body, then what will happen, रब कर देती हूँ बिकॉज ज़्यादा डार्क हो गया. एंडोसाइटोसिस ऑफ दिस थायरोग्लोबुलिन, जिसमें कि आपका आयोडोनेटेड टायरोसिन, दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर, T3 T4 दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर, इसकी एंडोसाइटोसिस हो जाएगी पूरी के पूरी. ठीक है. आप ये समझ लो, दिस इज अ थायरोग्लोबुलिन मॉलिक्यूल. इसमें आपका T3 भी है, T4 भी है, and MIT भी है, DIT भी है, all they are there. Now what happens with the, whenever body need it, then the lysosomal enzyme, they are going to act on this, they are going to break down this, then what will happen, this T3 and T4, they will come into the circulation. यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे T3 and T4. ठीक है, जबकि आपका ये DIT एंड MIT, दिस विल बी deiodonated and iodine will be reutilized. इसमें ऐसे हो जाएगा. So T3 and T4 ये अब क्या होगा in the body? T4, that is a major hormone which is synthesized by the thyroid gland, but in the periphery what will happen? जब आपका ये दोनों के दोनों आगे सर्कुलेशन हो इन द पेरिफेरी, पेरिफेरी मेनली कहाँ? लिवर, लिवर हो गया, किडनी हो गया, वहां पे क्या होगा? दिस विल बी T4 will be converted into T3. जो आपका T3 है, T4 है, that will be converted into T3. So T3, that is more potent. It is an active hormone. This is the one which is taken up mainly by the cell and utilized by the cell. But the T4, it is the main hormone which is synthesized by the follicular cell. It comes into the circulation within the liver and within the kidney. It gets converted into, there will be conversion. और ये conversion आपकी कैसे होती है? This is again with the deiodinase, and there are the various form of deiodinase hormone, they are there. So अभी मैं again I will revise all the step, then I will take up this one peripheral conversion, ये भी लेती हूँ मैं. So the first step is uptake, we'll see in the next slide. So synthesis में आपका क्या हो गया? Iodide uptake with the help of sodium iodide symporter, then oxidation जिसमें आपका iodine that is converted into iodide is converted into iodine, then this inorganic iodine it get organified by combining with the amino acid tyrosine which is present on the thyroglobulin. Then what will happen? Once it gets organified and form MIT, DIT, then what will happen? These two, they are going to form T3, and 2-DIT, they are going to form T4. This is called coupling. This is another step. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And these three steps, they require the enzyme thyroid peroxidase, and which is present on the luminal membrane, cell of the luminal membrane. Then it is stored over there. ठीक है, उसके बाद ये वहां पे स्टोर हो जाएगा. सो वेन एवर द बॉडी नीड इट, देन व्हाट विल हैपन? द एंडोसाइटोसिस ऑफ दिस विल हैपन हियर, as I have shown here again this one. So endocytosis ये यहाँ पे आपकी हो जाती है. With the endocytosis what will happen? The T3, T4 they go into the circulation, whereas this DIT or MIT they get deiodinated and iodine फिर से reutilize हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे फिर से reutilize हो जाएगा, and this T4 that is in the periphery, this gets converted into T3. So storage हो गया आपका, and then there is a release. So release of this. So how it is released? ये सारा process कैसे होता है? How? This is, so how this T3 and T4 they are released? So there is a 3-tiered system, that is from the anterior pituitary thyroid stimulating hormone, this comes and this is going to act on the thyroid gland, and this anterior pituitary it itself gets stimulated from the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus से क्या आएगा? Thyroid releasing hormone. This is going to act on the anterior pituitary. Hypothalamus जो है anterior pituitary पे करेगा, and anterior pituitary from here comes thyroid stimulating hormone. This is going to act on the thyroid gland and going to secrete T3 and T4, and there is a negative feedback. This T3 and T4 they are going to inhibit this and this. यहाँ इसको भी और इसको भी. Once the sufficient amount it is released, then what will happen? It is going to act on the anterior pituitary and on the hypothalamus. Then what will happen further? There will be no stimulation of TRH, no stimulation of TSH, and no release of T3 and T4. And in the periphery, already I have told, in this T4 it gets converted into T3, because 90% it is a T4 that is released, and it is only 10 to 20% that is T3. T3, this is the active form of the hormone, and this happens with the help of enzyme deiodinase. Now, there are three forms of deiodinase, that is D1, D2 and D3. And T3, they are in two forms, T3 and reverse T3. This is active form and this is inactive form. Now, deiodinase 1, it is going to convert T4 into both active and inactive form of T3. Whereas D2, what it does, it is going to convert T4 into only the active form, whereas D3, it is going to convert this one into this 3. Okay? Now, different drug, they act by inhibiting this peripheral conversion of this one into T4. This is converted into T3. So, different drug, they act by inhibiting this conversion of T4 into T3. So, one of the important antithyroid drug, that is propyl thiouracil. Then amiodarone, this is a antiarrhythmic drug. Then we have a propranolol beta blocker. And then we have another group of drug, that is corticosteroids. So these are the drugs which are going to inhibit the conversion of T4 into T3. So in the next video, I will be taking, once this T3 and T4 they are released, how they are going to act, like its mechanism of action and what are its important action. And then I will be focusing on the thyroid disorder. So if you like my video, so please subscribe my channel and put up an important suggestion in the comment box.